So you're on Zillow scrolling through homes and you see one that you love. So you click that big blue button that says schedule a showing. And then do you actually know what happens after that and how the Zillow process works? In this video, I'm going to show you just that. I'm going to break down the behind the scenes of what happens when you click that schedule a showing button, because a lot of people get confused with that. And then I'm also going to take you through a little example I have that was actually a past buyer of mine that clicked that schedule a showing button, and within about 32 days, he owned his own house. So let's dive into that right now. Hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is Moynihan. I'm a local real estate agent and investor based out of Keene, New Hampshire. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, feel free to reach out to me. Or down below in the description, I have a link to my calendar. You can book a free 15, 30-minute call. We'll jump on, go over your real estate goals, see how I can help you achieve those, and be on the same page. So without further ado, let's get into this video of what actually happens when you hit schedule a showing on Zillow. So what happens when you actually click that button? It's a pretty simple process, but not as simple as everyone thinks. So when you click that button, it connects you with a local real estate agent to represent you as the buyer. Now, how does this work? A lot of people think it connects you with the listing agent, the one who actually has a property for sale, but that's not true at all. It does not connect you with them. So if you're looking for the listing agent, do your own research and find who the listing agent is and then call them. If you hit that schedule a showing button, it's going to connect you with an agent to represent you as a buyer. Because in most situations, you don't want to have the listing agent also be your buyer's agent, because then there's just a friction of who they're supposed to represent. And most of the time, if you're the second one there, you're getting a lower amount of service, because that's how it has to work. So it connects you with a local buyer's agent. How does that part work? So that is the funky part. Zillow essentially is a site that shows homes for sale, but they don't actually list properties for sale. Us real estate agents list them in the MLS. After that, they basically get sent out to other home buying websites, not just Zillow, but realtor.com, homes.com, a bunch of the other ones. I don't know. Everyone uses, I feel like, realtor.com or Zillow, but Zillow is one of them. Zillow essentially takes a listing and then they use it to advertise and sell to us, the real estate agents who have the listings. Then we buy those leads back from them. So when you hit that schedule a showing button, that's a lead that they're selling to a real estate agent, because real estate agents need business, and that's one way they produce business is by purchasing leads through companies like this. So a lot of people get confused thinking it's someone who works for Zillow. No, it's someone who buys Zillow leads to help their business grow and actually serve more buyers and clients. So that's the biggest confusion I see people have. And it's also not going to be the same agent every time. So a lot of times if you hit that schedule a showing button, it can either get directed to one person, or if the people are on a team, it can get to a round robin. Whoever picks up the phone first is the one that's going to answer and actually connect with you. Now, once you actually connect with someone, it shows up as your agent in Zillow, and you can just connect with them directly. So if you called, I picked up, we set up a showing. After that, you can just keep reaching out to me to schedule showings, because now I can be your agent. So that is how it actually works. And it's not like you're actually scheduling with the listing agent. It's with a local agent that's going to represent you as the buyer. So next, I want to dive quickly into my client story about actually a 22-year-old buyer who was able to become a homeowner through this. So it was actually just a few months ago. It was June 3rd, I believe. He hit that schedule a showing button. That connected, popped my phone up with a phone call. I answered. Hey, how you doing? We went through it, had our first conversation. He told me the house he was interested in. I said, all right, when I get back home, we're going to schedule it up, go see it. The next day, we saw the house. He said, well, this is kind of what I want. It was needed a little bit of work, but he was ready. We ended up getting it for him for $15,000 below list price. And by July 8th, he closed on that property and was a homeowner. So a lot of people think that Zillow is not a good way to go to buy a house, and I don't always recommend it. I really recommend, if you want to do it the correct way, the most planned out way, is go find a real estate agent you like, choose them first, then find the lender, then deal with the house. But if you will start with the house, sometimes you get randomly assigned an agent, but they're not all bad. And that's the thing that I feel like a lot of people think, oh, you're going to get a horrible agent. No, it's really whoever's the agent buying the leads in that area. It changes every month. It changes every zip code. So it's a lot of different things that can get connected depending on where you are when you hit that button. And now the next thing I want to talk about, because of course it's definitely a weird way of doing it, and I want to say the pros and cons of using Zillow. So the pros of using Zillow are pretty simple. It's probably one of the most expedited ways that you're going to be able to see a house. One of the most simple ways you're going to see a house, because you just literally, you can either hit schedule a showing, and sometimes if there's this thing called showing time linked to the showing of that MLS listing, you can actually just go in there and click a time, and then it sends me, hey, this guy's requesting this time. Can you see it? And you don't even have to jump on a phone call. So the pro is it's super easy to use, simple, and you get instant connection with an actual local agent. That's the thing people don't understand. It is a local agent. It's not just someone that works for Zillow. It's someone that actually is buying leads in that zip code that you just clicked, I want to see this house in. So they know the market. Now the cons with Zillow. There's a few cons with Zillow. First one is you get randomly selected, randomly matched with an agent. This can be good, this can be bad. It really depends who that agent is. If you jive with them, awesome, that was perfect. If not, well then you might have to find yourself another agent, might have to tell them about it, say, hey, I know we got randomly connected, I don't think this is the best fit. Just be upfront with them. As someone who buys those leads, please just be upfront with them. Don't ignore them. And then the other thing is if you're not quite ready, you hit that schedule a showing button, it sends it off. And whether, depending on how you respond, if an agent gets that lead into their system, they think you're they think you're a buyer ready to buy real estate. So they're going to reach out to you and see how they can help you. A lot of people take this as, oh, they're being annoying. No. They buy leads. You're one of the leads they bought, thinking, hey, this person probably wants to buy a house. Let's see if they want to buy a house. So if you're not trying to buy a house, just text back, say, hey, I just jumped on this, don't want to see a house. Could be simple as that. Or you just get ignored for 7 months straight. That works too. And then one thing I want to touch base on the con side of Zillow is not anything to do with Zillow. It's the fact that you're starting in the wrong place. Because if you start your home search just going to view homes and touring homes, you get too sucked into falling in love with homes too early, instead of starting with a plan of, hey, I'm finding a real estate agent I want to help me find a house with, because they know the market, they know what to expect. Then that agent connects you with a lender. Now I'm a pre-approved, already educated buyer because I have a buyer's agent. I have a pre-approval to go look at these houses. Then you start looking. So it has nothing to do with Zillow. But I just feel like so many people start their home search in the wrong area. Find your agent. Of course you can browse homes. I'm not saying that. But don't just be like, this is the only way to buy a home is to hit this button and then I connect with whoever. No, you can pick your agent, do your research, tell them you want to buy a home, and then they walk you through the process. It's pretty awesome. It's our job. So before I wrap up this video, one thing I do want to say is a little bit of advice for Zillow buyers. So if you click that button, you connect with someone and you actually like them, there's no reason that you have to go find your own real estate agent. I know I say pick your real estate agent, but you can get connected with really good people. Like, of course, I'm someone who buys them. I think I'm really good, but there's also other great agents that buy these, and they really do a great job at finding you a house and making sure you're a successful home buyer and actually get that house you want. So that's one amazing thing, that it really can be a good way to set up. I've had great relationships foster and be able to have people buy houses through me because of this app. It does have good connections. So I hope this video did add some value, kind of teach you what happens behind the scenes of Zillow, because so many people think when you hit that schedule showing button, you're getting connected with a listing agent and that's it. But it's not that at all. It's a whole different process, and they're actually connecting you with someone that can help you as the buyer's agent, not connecting you with the person trying to sell the house for the sellers. It makes a lot more sense. So if it did add some value, hit that like and subscribe button. And lastly, if you want to book a call with me, if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest up here in New Hampshire, feel free to go down below in the description. There's a link right to my calendar. Book that free 15, 30-minute call. We'll jump on, be able to discuss a little bit deeper of what you're actually looking to do, what your goals are, and see how I can help you achieve those. So without further ado, I'll see you guys next week with another one.